In this video, we will see how to unwrap basic models. So here we have a cup and a table. We will see that after explaining a little more how to extract or how to unwrap basic shapes. So first of all, let's add, for example, a cube. Okay, and this cube, I would like to show you how to make it manually. So basically, you will have to think about cylindrical shapes or maybe squarish shapes like this. And for example, let's make a SZ into this object, okay? And how I would just make this kind of unwrapping. So let's go into UV editing. By default, it's like this. I can clear everything here by going there into UV maps and clear everything. When I will do my next UV unwrap, it will create a new UV map. Okay, so I have this shape that I would like to extract. So to unwrap. So here, basically, what you do, you just select here one edge that is on, it can be whatever of these ones, but at least one here like this. And after you create a C shape, okay, just a C shape like this. It can be like this, or it can be like that as well. It can be like that as well, okay? And you make the same shape over there. And it works. So now I make right click or U and I make a clear mark sharp here like this. And now not mark sharp, mark sim, sorry. And now I select everything and make U unwrap based angle. And you will see that now I will have something that is well unwrapped. Okay? So let's say if I forget, for example, one of the C shape here and I clear this seam. So now I select everything, remake my unwrap. Okay. And now you can see that we have this kind of stretched face here because we don't have this that is free. So we have to free it again by add it a mark seam. And now by selecting everything and you can see that we can make this kind of shape. And basically everything is possible to be viewed like that. Let's say, for example, let's add a cylinder. It will be exactly the same system. Okay, so I will hide that one and I will add a cylinder. Maybe with a little more complex shape. Let's say, for example, I will add maybe just 16 like this. We don't have too much, but something like this. And maybe we will take this one here and make an extrusion like this, a rotation maybe, and another extrusion and another rotation, and etc. Something like that. Okay, so you will have this kind of shape that you want to unwrap now. Basically, it's the same system. You have the base, you have the top here, and you will make this by selecting an edge over there, okay? And after you have two choices. If you want to keep the link and have only one island here, you go there and select until the last one, and you keep this one like this, it will be stick the rest. Or you can go there and you will separate this from the rest because there is an entire loop here. So let's go with the first option. And then just with control click here, I will select this. I will show you here the screencast keys. Like this, you will have the shortcuts. And now I make a right click, mark seam, U, unwrapped, by selecting everything, sorry, unwrapped, and you see that I have now everything that is well unwrapped. Here you can see that there is a link between the two. So if I make L, I select everything. If I want just to separate these two, I make Control E, mark seam, and select everything, and you unwrap. And now I have three different islands separated. sometimes it helps to have a better unwrap to separate more. Like for example, imagine you have the fingers on the hand, okay? Sometimes you will cut into the base of the fingers. Like this, you will have separated fingers into your unwrapped map here, okay? So yeah, it's a basic thing to know. And after everything, every shape that you have in front of you can be separated and just viewed like that, okay, with this system of unwrap. So I will hide this and put this here, okay, if it wants. No, it doesn't want. And I will enable the table first. The table, it's quite simple to understand. So it's the first exercise I want to show to my students usually. Let's go to Matcap and enable the cavity like this. We see a little more what we have. So let's imagine a table in wood here. And what we would like, it's not one piece, but maybe 5 pieces, like you have the top of the table and you have here the foot of the table. So let's go for that. And we will go into edit mode. You can see that there are already the seams, so I will clear the seams because I made the exercise before. And here you have the topology of the entire table. So first of all, let's imagine that we have to separate the foot and the top. So we can just for that select these loops over there. So here I just make these manipulations here, over there, and here again, same. Okay. Okay. I will select this. I will select that into the other side as well. Okay, here and there. And do I have everything? It seems that I have everything. Okay, so I did create this selection. Now I make Control E mark seam, or U mark seam, or right click mark seam. It works as well. And now I would like to treat all these foots like a cube. So it's simple. If I treat it like a cube, I will just select the seams here. So as it will be cut, and sometimes it can show a bad transition into some textures, the best is to cut the seams where the viewer will see, where it will be less visible, let's say. Okay, so, and I make the C shape that I did talk about. C shape everywhere, just like that, and just like this. Okay, whatever the direction, it will work. C shape in the end of the square, it works. Okay, and you make just Control E mark seam, select everything, you unwrap, and now we will have our 4 foots that will be separated like that. Okay, so it's well done, but you can see that the top needs more work because it's not well unwrapped. You can see that when there are some overlapping here, you can see that it shows very well where the overlap is. So it's important to keep this in mind. And what I will do, so I could treat that like a cube, like I did tell you, or in this time we will separate the top and the bottom here of this. And so we will just add these loops over there, make Control E mark seam, and now what you have, very simply, you will have this. You have the bottom here and the top over there. And the top needs some tweakings because we still have some stretching over there. It's because I didn't select these ones to kind of unwrap like this. Control E mark seam. I select everything. I unwrapped angle based. And now you can see that I have really what I want. So let's imagine now you have a wood texture into that. So let's go and create this texture. We know how to make this. We go into shading. we create a new material here. We go into the right folder, so it was here, from what I remember, maybe we can go there like this. We will have the using texture sets, and we will have the texture sets, we have the dark wood, and this is the wood that we want. Okay, so I make Ctrl Shift T here, we know the process, and I just copy this path, sorry. So we make Ctrl Shift T here, go there into the right folder and select what we want. So we'll take the normal OpenGL, we'll take the roughness, and it's enough for what we want. Okay, so now we have a basic wood shader like this. And if we take here into the UV editing, there we have the basic color. And if you go there, you have the result here. So it's well unwrapped here, but we can see that maybe we want the direction of the texture of the wood not appear like that into the foot. So what I will do, I will just select here a foot like this with L and make a rotation 90 degrees. Okay, and you can see that now it's well, the direction is well done here. So I will make the same for all of them. L, R, 90 degrees, okay, G. And in that specific case, you can overlap the information in some cases. For example, if I put this foot here, so this part here will take the same information as this part here, okay? So it's not really a problem actually. But in some cases, it's better to have real islands. So R 90 degrees for that one, and I just put it here. And now look at this, we have really what we want. We could even make a little change, like for example, maybe that part of the table, we would like a rotation 45 degrees. As you can see here, you have a texture that it's seamless, so it repeats itself. So if you go over the texture, it will repeat itself. So if you scale it with a big amount, you can see that it will repeat a lot, and maybe at the moment you will see the repetition. We start to see it already a little. But here, like for example, if you want to take more information for everything, like let's say we have something like that, so you take everything and you scale it up, and now you will have this kind of behavior like that. So now we have a right table. Good. So you can see that it's very important to control really after your shaders and how to map your textures. Just with basic objects already, it really makes the work. So now let's go and continue. Let's go with the cup here. The cup example is very important as well, because here we will have other unwrapping techniques and other mapping techniques here as well. So we will not use this texture, we will use another texture that I did download for you. I did just create for you actually. So let's go into open, and I did just add the Blender logo, and what I would like is adding the Blender logo like this here. Okay, and like this into the other side as well. So what I will do, I will just unwrap first of all my cup. So let's go into edit mode. I will make Ctrl E clear seam like this. You don't see the seams by default, and let's try to understand a little how this will be done. So what we can do first is separate this part, okay? So this part is easy to separate. You just have to select the loop over there. So what I did here, I did just enable this in edit mode. Like this, I can really see here how the loops reacts with the geometry. Sometimes when you have this selected like this, it's a little less precise. So yeah, what I do usually, I just make it like that, like this. I really see what's happening. So now I have this loop. I'm happy with it, so I will make Control A mark seam, okay? And let's say I would like to separate here the inside of it, so I will select that loop here and make Control A mark seam again. So now let's imagine that if I put a loop that will join these two, everything should work well. So let's start from here and continue with Control click, continue until there, and join the other loop over here and make Control E mark seam. So let's try to unwrap that already. Okay, so we have this, and you make U unwrapped, and what you will have looks a little crazy because this part is not unwrapped well. Okay, so what you can do, you can separate this part, for example, and that's what we will do. We will just separate this part here and make Control E mark seam, and we will just treat it like a cylinder. So we will take this loop over there, okay, and just treat it like a cylinder until here. Now I can make Control E mark seam. I select everything back and make a U and wrap angle paste. Now look at this. You have here the handle. Here you have the body here, the bottom, and the top. And the inside. So what you can do as well is separate this in two, because we would like to share an information 2 times. Like if we watch the Blender logo here, there is only one logo to share. And I would like the information goes into the right side and into the left side as well. So to control a little more all of this, I will just add this loop over there. Okay, continue until here, and then continue until here, and then continue until here. And like this, it will cut in 2 parts. So I will make Control E mark seam, and then select everything, and you unwrapped again. Okay, now we have 2 sides, the right side and the left side over there, and I can control this like this. I will probably need to cut the inside as well. Like this, it will be separated. So I will go and select that loop here, Control E mark seam, and now I have everything that I need. So if I make my final unwrap, I go with U, unwrap angle based, and look, we have finally what we want with everything selected here. Okay, so now what we can do, we can tweak this to make it better. Yeah, now we will have something good. And yeah, let's go and manage the projection of the texture here. So first of all, let's go into shader, create a new shader, just add this texture into our shader, just like that. Click and drag, color to color, very easy. Now we have this, and we can see a little of the Blender information that goes here, but it's not well mapped. So let's go into the UV editing now, and if we want to map it well, we have to see the shader here, or it will not show. So let's say, for example, I will just make a scale of this and put it just in the white part over there. Okay, so this is in the white part, this I want it in the white part as well, and maybe we'll make some little tweaks into these parts. So the inside, the bottom, the top, everything has to be in the white part like this. Like this, everything is white. Now if I want to take these informations, I will take the right part here, and look, if I just make put the Blender logo, scale this into the right amount, with the right amount, maybe a rotation 180, And now I have my Blender logo. Look at that. Very easy to manage. Sometimes you have to scale it into the y-axis a little to make it appear well, and scale it up a little as well. And look at this, you have Blender logo into the cup. So I will make exactly the same with the other side. Okay, so I will select this part here and scale it up, put it into the right place, just invert it actually. So make a rotation 180 somewhere here, make SY to make it appear more beautiful, and scale it up a little, put it into the right place, and look at that. You have the Blender logo over here. So it's a good technique. You can hide maybe that part, and no, we'll not hide this. But what is good to understand is that you have the blue information here, the orange information here, and I could paint into whatever image editor, or even in Blender, for example, paint a part here like a dark part, a black part, okay? So let's say, for example, I go into texture paint, we will see that in a, yeah, we will see that quickly. And yeah, I will just paint a part over there here, okay? So we will see how to manage that, but you will see that it's easy to understand. So I just paint a part over there and save the image. Okay, it has to be saved. So I save this image here. Maybe this part is overlapping this, so it's not good. So I will make Ctrl Z. I will just have a little part, just like this. We don't need a lot, just 1 pixel actually, it's enough. Okay, and I save this image. And maybe I will just add a red part as well. Okay, so let's add a red part over here. Good, just a little island of pixels. It's enough to make it work. And now I go and save this image. Okay, so now my image is saved. I come back into UV editing. What I can do now, actually, it's, for example, make my handle red. So I just select the handle and put it inside the red pixels. So now I have something like this. And maybe I would like the back and the inside to be black. Maybe the back in black, the bottom in black, the inside is in black as well. Or maybe the inside we can take the same color and take the blue. We can make it very little like this and put it in the blue side. Like this you will have blue there, okay? So it's really not a good color, a color choice, the red for this example. But yeah, let's say, for example, here, this part, the inside, we would like it in orange. So let's go into the orange part. Okay, and again, for this one, I scale it down and put it into the orange side. And now look, you did manage some colors into your cup. So I don't really like this one. I will keep it white. It will be better. But yeah, you can see that you can really make some nice changes, and just by adding some islands with this system, you can really change everything that you want into your project. So it's a very very powerful method to add some colors into your objects as well, just with simple colors like that. So it's another way of doing it compared to the table. Okay, so it's a very different way of doing this. So you have this example with the Blender logo, you have this example with the table as well. Okay, and after we will increase the difficulty, we will go into organic models, and for that we will take an entire character. Like this you will really see how it works, and you will see that there is some work into a character to unwrap it entirely, but actually it's not that complicated. So I will show you that into the next video.